Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Elle and I'm so glad to have you here. In today's video, I'm going to be starting my 2024 reading journal. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a bullet journal but for reading. So in the beginning of the journal, there are yearly pages or like pages that are for the whole year. And then after that, there are monthly pages. So you update it every month if you want, or at least that's how I'm going to be doing it. This journal for me is going to be so I can record my statistics and just see my progress and see how many books I've read, maybe my favorite reads, stuff like that. And so that hopefully by the end of the year, I can look back on it and reminisce on the good and maybe bad reads of the year. You might be asking, isn't it June? You would be correct. And you also might be thinking, and you're still gonna make a reading journal? You would also be correct. Typically, you're supposed to start this in the beginning of the year, and I saw a lot of booktubers doing that, and it looked really fun, but it wasn't something that I was really interested in doing myself. But after seeing so many booktubers monthly doing book stuff YouTube videos and them updating their reading journal, it's made me want to do it myself. So here we are. I've been influenced. For my journal, I'm just going to be starting in June and then to the end of the year because I don't have the energy nor the time to do January, February, March, April, and May. So there's that, just putting a little FYI out there. But without further ado, let me show you guys the journal I'll be using. Okay, so I'm going to be using this journal right here. It has dotted pages on the inside. I'm pretty sure it might be 150 GSM or 200 GSM, so that's like the paperweight, and since it is on the higher side, my markers should not bleed through to the other side, so there'll be no ghost lines or anything like that, so that's nice. I got this journal actually a couple years ago when I was in my bullet journaling phase, and let's just say I only did the first week of January and never continued it. So I will be starting my reading journal on page 20 because I used the first 20 pages for my January 2021 spread, but I obviously do not want to waste the paper in the journal because it is a pretty quality notebook, so I do want to use the rest of it up, and I thought what better way to use it than for this video. Also, if you're wondering, this journal is from Shop Amanda Rachley. I'm pretty sure she still sells them on her website. I don't know if she still has this specific color and design, but she definitely does still sell dotted notebooks if you're interested in getting one of your own. I really like this notebook because there is gold foiling and it has just different doodles on it, and it's also on the back, which I think is pretty cute. I'm also low-key matching my journal right now because I have gold jewelry on and there's gold foiling here, and then this journal color is not exactly the same as my tank top, I know, but it's close. Anyway, this is the journal I'll be using, and then in terms of art supplies, I'll be using these Crayola Super Tip markers as well as some of my Tombow brush pens and my Zebra Mildliner highlighters as well as some other miscellaneous pens that I have in this pouch. I'll also be using glue, double-sided tape, an eraser, scissors, and all those other practical supplies. Okay, so this is what the inside of the journal looks like. Again, it's just dotted notebook paper. My plan is to first sketch out my journal spread ideas that I want to do, and then I'm going to outline them in pen or marker, whichever one, and hopefully I can then color everything in and make everything pretty. And then the last step will be to fill in everything that has happened so far for the first half of the year. So I actually have a list of spreads that I want to do based off looking at Pinterest photos as well as other booktubers' book journals. I have a list right here that's in front of me. I want to do obviously a 2024 reading journal intro page, so it's like the start of my journal. I also want to do pages for my rating system, my reading goals for the year, a bookshelf theme spread where I can color in every book I read so that I can see how many books in total I read at the end of the year, a monthly book counter to compare side to side of how many books I read each month. I also want to include journal spreads for the 24 books I want to read in 2024, as well as book bingo, series tracker, A to Z reading, and favorite books of the year. In terms of the monthly spreads, I'm thinking of adding a title page with a theme that I will choose each month, as well as the thumbnails for all the videos that I posted that month, and then lastly, all the books that I read and their ratings. So that's the current plan I have right now, so let's get to sketching. Okay, so I just finished my 2024 reading goals header for this page. I also wrote down a couple of my reading goals, but I'm trying to think of more because right now I only have 4. But for now, I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm trying to see what page I'm going to work on next. I think I'm going to do the header of the 24 books I want to read in 2024 journal spread. I already drew this TBR card and I'm gonna write the 24 book titles on these book spines, but I just want to write the 24 books I want to read in 2024 title up here. And then I also want to fill out my book bingo spread because I colored everything in and I just want to now put in like the prompts. Might as well update you on everything that I've done so far. I finished my title page, I did my rating system page, you just saw me show my 2024 reading goals page. I also have this shelf covered in as well as my monthly book counter, but I haven't updated for June because I'm filming this in June, but I did this like chart thingy in the middle of June, so I've read more books since then, so I do need to color in more up here. I just showed you guys my TBR card, 24 books I want to read in 2024, and then the book bingo. Yesterday, I ended up working on my series tracker spread. I used 2 pages for this just because I'm anticipating reading more series in the fall/winter because there's some cozy fantasy series that I do want to start then. I haven't checked any of the boxes for the books I've read because I'm leaving that for the last step as the final stage of when I'm really finalizing everything and keeping everything up to date, because right now I'm just kind of laying out the designs and everything else. The next spread I have is my A to Z reading. I also have not written anything in here because like I said, I'm leaving that for the end to update. And then last but not least, I have my favorite reads page where I'm just going to take pictures of my favorite books and then I'll just glue them on here so I can look back and see what my favorite reads were for the year. So yeah, that's all that I currently have right now. Like I said earlier, I think I'm just going to work on my 24 books to read in 2024 spread and my book bingo one. So quick update, I just finished my 24 books I want to read in 2024 page. I think it turned out really cute. I wrote down all 24 book titles over here on the TBR cart. I'm also working on my book bingo page. I'm only about halfway through, but I think it's looking pretty cute so far. Honestly, I'm having a little bit of trouble coming up with what to write on the tiles, but I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break for now since I have been working on this for a couple of hours. But yeah, that's my little update. Hey guys, so it's a little bit later. I've been working on my reading journal again. I recently just added more bingo prompt tiles to the board. I still have around 4 more left that are empty. I'm not sure what I'm gonna put in those because I'm kind of stuck. Like, I have already a lot of prompts, so I need to think of more new ones. But for now, I think I'm going to move on to the final stage of my book journal, which is kind of updating everything. So I want to start coloring in the books here on my bookshelf, as well as update the monthly counter for June, color in some of the books for the 24 books to read in 2024, as well as check mark the books in the series that I have already read. And then I also want to write down some book titles for the A to Z reading. And last but not least, hopefully maybe even add some book covers. I need to print those out and then I can paste them on my page here, which is for my favorite reads of the year. I think this is probably the most fun part because it's so satisfying to just check everything that you've done. I'm going to work on that now and then I'll do a final flip through for you guys. Okay, so it is finally time for the flip through portion of this video. I'm really excited to be doing this because it's fun to see all the art and the hard work that I put into this reading journal so far. Obviously, this is just the beginning of the journal. I still have to do the monthly spreads from June to December, but this is the start of something very exciting, and it's really fun to see all the pages that I've completed so far. So first we have here is the 2024 reading journal title page. For the title, it's just brown and then some black pen over it, and then I did some doodles of flowers in different colors with yellow, purple, pink, light pink, and blue. I also did some little black pen doodles like this moon, star, and heart. I think it turned out really cute. I did find the inspiration pic from Pinterest. Most of these journal spreads are inspired by photos I found on Pinterest, so if you're looking to do something similar like this, I definitely recommend just scrolling on Pinterest a bit, even typing in the search bar the kind of journal spread that you want, and I'm sure something will pop up and definitely inspire you. The next page I have here is my rating system page. So I just have the stars from 1 through 5, and I wrote down for each star what I'm kind of feeling when I rate a book. For 1 star, I said, erase this book from my memory, please and thank you. 2 stars is, yeah, no. 3 stars is enjoyable, but would I go out and recommend it? Probably not. 4 stars is love, but it's not living in my head rent-free. And 5 stars is lives in my head rent-free. This next page is for my 2024 reading goals. I did mess up here a little bit on the title, which really irks me, but I'm trying to let that go. I really do like the colors on this page though, because it's coral and lilac from the Zebra Mile Liner highlighter set. So far, I only have 5 goals written down here. I'm planning to add more hopefully in the future, but for now, I just have read 50 books, read 5 memoirs, read a Kristen Hanna book, start a YouTube channel, and read a classic. As you can see here, I crossed off start a YouTube channel because as you're watching this video, this is my YouTube channel. So that's very, very exciting. Okay, next page. I think this one took me a little bit, but it was very fun to do. This is kind of my reading shelf page. It has my reading goal on top, which is 50 books in 2024. And here is just a shelf with a bunch of books on it that you can see that I've already started coloring in. I think there are over 60 books on the shelf in total, I want to say. I did not draw exactly 50 books, but I thought that if I went over 50, I would just have more to color in, which I thought could be fun anyways. I also did add little doodles like this flower pot, as well as a candle, strawberry plushie, a headphone set, and this little sun that's inspired by the sun jelly cat. Though my in real life bookshelf does not look like this, I thought it was a cute addition to add these little doodles in here. I can only hope one day that my bookshelf will look like this. Next page we have here is my monthly book counter. You can see that I've colored in everything so far from January to July. We can see here that July was definitely my best reading month by far. I just have the months by their first letter at the bottom here, and then on the y-axis I just have the number of books that I can color in for how many books I read that month. Jason Derulo. This page is pretty self-explanatory, so there's not really much to say about this one. Next page we have here is 24 books to read in 2024, but here we have a TBR cart, which I thought was such a cute idea. Again, I did see this inspiration pic on Pinterest, and I wanted to do it so badly, so obviously you know that I had to make one for myself. Here, like the title says, I have 24 books that I want to read in 2024. We can see here that I'm not doing too hot, considering there are only 7 books colored in out of 24, and we're already past halfway of 2024, so definitely have to get on that grind. But so far, the only ones I've colored in are Just for the Summer, Powerful, Nora Goes Off Script, I'm Glad My Mom Died, Heartstopper, Funny Story, and The Naturals. I tried coloring in these spines like how they appear in real life, like the actual book spines. It doesn't look the best, but I'm just going to stick with that for this whole TBR cart. This page I made for book bingo. I still have to figure out how I'm exactly going to cross off the tiles that I do, but I really like making this page because of all the fun highlighter colors that are incorporated. Here you can see I just have a bunch of different prompts on these tiles, and then there's the free space in the middle. This next spread takes up 2 pages, and it's my series tracker. So far, I have 12 series on here. I have the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, Letters of Enchantment, When in Rome, Heartstopper, the Powerless trilogy, The Crimson Moth, The Empyrean, Part of Your World, Better Than the Movies, Throne of Glass, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and The Naturals. As you can see here, I've crossed off a bunch of the ones that I've already read, but I obviously still have a lot that I still need to read, especially The Throne of Glass, which I have not started yet, but I will be starting very, very soon. I like this spread a lot because it keeps me motivated to read the next books in these series that I'm sometimes hesitant in putting off to read. This spread is probably my least favorite spread out of everything here. It is my A to Z reading. I think the concept itself is really cute, but the execution is lacking a bit, I will say. I like how I associated different colors for those books, and I thought that was fun, and I'm excited to fill the rest of these empty boxes out by the end of 2024. And last but not least, we have my favorite reads page. This one's quite empty because I haven't added nor printed out any book covers to paste on this page, but I think it turned out really cute. I like the pink theme that is going on, and I really like the bows that are on the border of this page. I think it turned out really cute. But yeah, I do have to start printing out some book covers and pasting them onto this page to make this spread look more complete. With that being said, that concludes my Reading Journal 2024 flip through. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you stayed to the end, be sure to comment the pencil emoji in honor of all the sketching that I had to do for this reading journal. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next when I see ya. Bye!